but ultimately it's the local group that selects the sub-concessionaire based off of the RFP criteria.
So I'm looking at that structure. Does the Public Design Commission get to say that's okay?
Not in this case. So this is Albee Square in Brooklyn, and as you can see, it's a kind of chopped shipping container. And so this is a non-permanent structure. So there's also, if groups want to install a permanent structure, that's something that we would work on Public Design Commission approval.
So if it's non-permanent, Public Design Commission doesn't get a say. And non-permanent is 2 months, 3 months? What's?
So it's actually something that we're kind of still in conversation with them about. Non-permanent or Public Design Commission temporary means under 12 months. Anything less than a year. But there's also designations about the type of foundation. So again, if a structure doesn't have any significant foundation, then there's a little bit of legal as well. So, and it's something that, again, we've been really working on a case-by-case basis with the Design Commission. We require the groups to report their financials quarterly to DOT, so it's a very transparent process that we keep track of. The concession agreement must get approved by FCRC, the Franchises Consent Committee. The second type of revenue is limited sponsorship. So it could be anything from Yahoo promoting, providing free Wi-Fi in Times Square, to having local businesses, or even an individual providing money for plantings, things like that. And so there are certain requirements. It can't be advertising. It has to be sponsorship. So all of the logos on the umbrellas or planters need to be a small size, and we have a little bit of criteria for that. And then the last revenue type, which really isn't applicable for the majority of our plazas, is commercial events. So we really see only large events like this happening in Times Square, Madison Square, Meatpacking District. These types of events the permit cost is very high. So it really only makes sense for companies to hold an event like this where they're getting a tremendous amount of pedestrian traffic. All events in public space in our public plazas must be approved by the Street Activity Permit Office, so you have to get a permit from SAPO. And so while we ask that the local partner provide programming, anyone can in the neighborhood, or likewise can apply to SAPO to hold an event in the state. So it really can be something that, we have a community partner, but it can be something that the community can really use as an amenity.
That's so curious, because if anybody can hold events in the plaza, but there's one organization that's responsible for the cleaning and the maintenance, do they have a say when these permits go into the office as far as how the plaza is being used?
So as part of one of the things you get as part of being a plaza partner is that you'll get to review all of the permits that come in through SAPO, so you'll know when they're happening, what they'll be. And so there is opportunity to set certain parameters or make sure that events coming in will provide cleanup or provide reimbursement if they want you to clean it up. Another thing that we see is, let's say there's a smaller group, like a small yoga studio or something that wants to hold an event in the plaza, but they don't necessarily have the money or the sophistication to get a permit. They can partner with the plaza partner who can kind of like host that event. So it's also a way to kind